What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with JDaisy Gaming Channel, here with Ancestry Legacy Multiplayer Open Beta. This is a separate little Steam purchase that is open to everybody. It's a free-to-play right now. For Ancestry Legacy, a game that was already on my radar, and I didn't realize that the open beta was going on, and then, here we are. Apparently, over 50,000 people have already tried the beta, according to the page here. Ancestry Legacy Open Beta response represents a small work in progress, part of the final product. The goal of the open beta is to test multiplayer features in a live environment. Ancestry Legacy will bring a full-scale story-driven single-player campaign and much more on May 22nd. So this is pretty good distance out as far as betas, comparative to like the Sea of Thieves betas. That was just here and it comes out next month. This is all the way out in May. That's about 3 months out. But from what I saw in the beta, I was very, very pleased. Like I said, I've kind of had this on my radar. As you know, I'm kind of a big fan of city builders and such like this. And this is kind of a combination of a city builder and a kind of those Blitz style games that are kind of popular right now. And by that I mean you kind of build a very, very basic city, as you see here. Pretty much you're just telling it to build a building, and then the people build it. Gives you access to troops and such like that. You take your small little army, try and capture points. You and your team, try and capture points. More points wins. But you're doing it by moving armies of soldiers. You can zoom in pretty good. The game looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. A very high level of detail. You can zoom in really well. You can zoom out really well, and that's a big thing for me in an RTS, as opposed to like the last RTS I reviewed, Halo Wars 2. You couldn't really zoom out all that far. Well, in an RTS, I need to be able to see what's going on. This gave me a nice option. The way the buildings are done, like I said, it's very simplified, but it's all right, because you're kind of more focused on the pushing, less about trying to build up your city. Your troops have special abilities. Some can build certain traps and such. And the points themselves aren't just a spot on the map you're taking. The points are actual villages that give you more food, give you more resources. You can even get troops from there and build up defenses there. So not only is a point a goal you're trying to achieve to get points to win, but it also allows you to move that line of combat up. So there's always a distinct line. Okay, we're fighting here. Okay, we're fighting there. Which I really, really like. Because you'll find it often, a criticism I have of like first-person shooters and even kind of these more MOBA-esque games, is you never know where the line is. One lane gets open, so everyone rushes that. Well, now everyone's focusing on that. The other lane gets open. Stuff like that, or especially in first-person shooters, is very prevalent. Is you never know where that line of combat is, where the front line, end quote, is, because it's always moving and it's just a shoot, bang, bang. Here it's very clear. You're not really sneaking past 3 points to take their back one, because you're not going to get past it if they have their defenses and their troops all built up in one of these little villages. You're just not going to get past it. Truth be told, I only played a couple of rounds. I never really got that far. The first round, I kind of got a bad partner who just left right away. He was AFK for about half the match and then just left, and I got rickrolled right through. So I really didn't get a good chance at the combat in that. And the next one, I was up against people that had much better time in the game. But like the title here I read off from their Steam page says, it will be having an entire story campaign that will definitely make the game great. At least I think it will definitely make it better. The full game on Steam release right now is a 10% off at $40.49. So it's not full price, what we consider full price anyway. That's $60. It's about $44. Regularly comes out May 22nd. Their description is Ancestry Legacy is a squad-based, real-time strategy with a strong focus on tactics. Inspired by medieval European history, it brings to life 4 different nations and their conflicts, usually solved by war. Open beta available as a separate game in the Steam store. And I definitely agree with that. I agree that it is a very, you want to work with your team. It's very strategy and tactic-based. I think that's one of the more apt terms I could use to describe this. And I'm very, very impressed with this open beta. I didn't really have any connection issues per se. Nothing that really struck out to me as far as open betas go. It all seemed pretty solid. Graphical errors, I really didn't have anything crazy. I had a pretty good locked-in frame, pretty close to 60 almost the whole time. If not 60 the whole time, there was a counter at the bottom that was constantly freaking out, so it's a little hard. My counter personally never really moved, so I was pretty satisfied. But yeah, at $44 with the full campaign, and if it allows you to do skirmish modes against an AI, I'm looking very forward to this as another RTS, another city builder style game, another Conquest-esque game. This is really on the kind of the detailed level of Total War on a lot smaller scale, which I've always kind of wanted. I'm always picky in the fact that I love the large scale, but I also want the small scale like this. I want the small scale of like a City Skylines with the large scale of a Stellaris. And this is kind of nice to have a small scale but also large enough scale that you're fighting over a larger map. I mean, it's not to the size of Total War or anything like that, but it is large enough that you're fighting on the battlefield. You're not just fighting in one little village or one little squabble. And I really, really like that. So I'm very intrigued to see where this game goes. If anything major is different, we'll come back to it around May. But the open beta looks very promising. Get in on it on your own. I don't know how long it's open. I didn't see a date just now. But it's free on Steam. Check it out. Of course, demo it yourself. Get your own opinion because it's just mine. But as always, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.